All right, y'all, here it is. I'm spilling the truth on if I am actually a welder, if I actually wrench, or if this is a facade, and do I really like overweight men? So, find out the truth. So, since I started making content geared towards overweight men, blue collar men, people that share the same interests with me, has been that, I have to be lying about it. There's no way that this is real. And I gotta start out by saying it is kind of funny that people would doubt this because, like, if I were to lie about something like that, like a career or like a trade or a learned skill, I just personally think I would pick something like more like, I don't know, like a neurosurgeon or something. So to be completely honest, it is just kind of funny that people doubt that like I can weld, I guess, because like why would I lie about that of all things? So the short answer is yes, I actually weld. Yes, I actually can weld. Yes, I can actually work on vehicles. Yes, the answer is yes. The short answer is yes, I can. Now, understandably, when a girl is involved in some kind of like trade or more manly job or hobby, it usually comes from like their dad. Typically, their dad was like into vehicles, into wrenching, and she kind of grew up around it. For me, this was not the case. My dad has absolutely no interest in vehicles. None of my family members at all. No one has even done anything blue collar. That's just not something that's ever been in my family. My mom always drove Jeeps, but she wasn't like big into them. I mean, she loves them and she'd never drive anything else, but she's not like a huge Jeep person, I guess, like me. It started, I guess, like, I've always grown up in Jeeps. I came home from the hospital when I was born in a Jeep. So I've always been around them and familiar with them. But honestly, I was with my ex for 8 years. We got together when I was like 14 years old. And him and I actually bought an XJ like from our neighbor for $200. And ever since then, I kind of just like, I couldn't get enough of them. Ever since then, I always had at least 2 Jeeps, and XJs quickly became my favorite. And then welding kind of was just like a random decision in college, to be completely honest. My ex left me and I was absolutely devastated. And when I was signing up for my next semester of classes, my mom suggested I try out welding as like kind of something different to do, and I guess just do something different. I don't really know. It's never been like an interest of mine. So yes, I actually went to school. I know that's kind of like a lot of people think that's really corny. Like, oh my God, going to school for a trade is kind of lame. And that's fine. And like, I respect that. If you grew up doing it, that's awesome. If you were taught by like a family member, that's really cool. But unfortunately, I didn't know a single person who welded. Like, I have no peers that are like welders at the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a completely random decision. It's just something I guess I wanted to try. I don't know. So I went in knowing absolutely nothing, and then I was really freaked out by it. Like, I literally had one of my teachers like hold my hand when I like laid my first bead. Obviously it was terrible because it was my first time. And we learned stick at first and then went to MIG and then TIG. So stick was the first process that I learned. And yeah, I liked it. It was fun. Having a bunch of old vehicles, obviously I kind of needed to learn to work on them. So that came like over time, learning, having people around me teach me. I have a good friend who is a mechanic and taught me a lot of stuff that I just needed to know, you know what I mean? And I had an interest in it. I always thought it was really cool to work on vehicles. And to me, it was like super impressive. Like, to me, mechanics and electricians were like really impressive people to me. Like, if you could do both of those things, like, you are like the epitome of smart to me, because it wasn't something that like came naturally. Like, for example, I've been able to draw my entire life. I've never been taught a single thing. I've just been able to do it. And then, I know mechanics who like could never in a million years even attempt like a portrait, you know what I mean? So for some people it just comes naturally, and of course like mechanic type stuff is typically natural to men. So I will say it didn't like come as easy to me as other stuff. If you're watching this video, please know my only YouTube channel is alexxistexxxas-69. All the other ones with a ton of subscribers are fake. They're men using my videos without my permission and impersonating me. So if you could report them for impersonation, that would be amazing. And then the one that everyone always asks me about and does not believe me about is liking overweight men. And it's so funny to me because if you knew me, like if you knew me in person, grew up with me, have known me for a long time, you'd be laughing, thinking people are even like questioning this. It's just so ingrained in me and who I am that like my family knows it, my friends know it. It's just part of me, and my dating history shows all bigger dudes. Like this isn't like a new thing, like, oh, social media is a thing now and TikTok is a thing. Let me get on the internet and lie about this for like monetary gain or popularity or something. That's what a lot of people think happened, and to me it's just funny because like I went to visit my dad recently and I totally forgot about this, but I had a Nacho Libre themed birthday party when I was really young, and I literally saw the picture like on his fridge and I took a picture of it because I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about this. But my first crush that I can remember ever was Jack Black in Nacho Libre. So I had a themed party because I was so obsessed with him. Like I loved him. He was just my first crush. Like he was so hot to me, and and I guess that's just never changed. I've been into big guys literally ever since. Not that anyone cares, but this is what I'm doing with the end of my hair. I just like doing this. I think it looks cool. It is to me absolutely hilarious that people like don't believe me about being a chubby chaser, just like knowing me, knowing myself, knowing that like, I've been this way so long that it's just part of who I am. But I do know that, you guys don't know me in real life. To me it's funny because I know myself and I know the truth, but like you guys don't. So with that being said, yes, I am into overweight men. This is the truth. This has been a part of me for a very long time now, and for those that do not believe me, that is okay, and I respect your decision. There's just something so appealing to me. I can't even like put my finger on it exactly. Besides, like, to me, a really big man just seems like very masculine, and like, I don't know, there's just something about a guy who's bigger that feels very masculine, very like protective, very manly, and that's extremely appealing to me. I don't know. So to answer the questions, yes, I can weld. Yes, I can wrench. Yes, I like big guys. To me, it's crazy that people don't believe this stuff because being overweight and like knowing a trade is not super uncommon, especially in America. Most people here are overweight. So you know what I mean? Like that is the norm here in the US, and I can't believe that people don't believe me when I say that I can do it, you know what I mean? I'm very happy to like have a small community online where I can help bigger dudes feel special and loved, and that's just what I want from this, you know what I mean? Like when I first made, like I said, a TikTok about liking bigger dudes, I had like 400 followers, and never would I have ever guessed that that video would like blow up and people would find me and follow me and all that stuff. So yes, it's all true. I understand that there's like a lot of, I guess it's women that do it. A lot of women that are on different social media platforms that are kind of like, doing a little role play or creating a facade of, doing stuff like this. To me, it's really obvious to pick out when they're doing it because you can tell by the way someone like holds a tool, I guess, or I don't know how to describe it, but to me, you can kind of pick up when someone doesn't know what they're doing, or it's very clearly just like, it's just kind of like a role play or acting, and I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that personally. But for me, this is the truth. This is my real life. Yes, I really do own like 20 vehicles. I really do work on them. It really is an interest of mine. I do find big dudes attractive. I can weld. Like I said, if I were to lie about something like a career, I'd pick something, I don't know, I'd pick something different, I guess. That's just not something that I would like lie about. So for those of you that are supportive and nice, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your kindness. And the people that do not believe me, like I said, I respect your decision not to. That's okay. I get it. You don't have to. A lot of the stuff on the internet is completely fake, and I think people have every reason to doubt what they see on the internet and kind of use their best judgment to determine if it is fake or if it is real. And that's getting harder to do, especially with like artificial intelligence and a lot of skits becoming popular. I understand that it's hard to decipher real from fake, but I'm a real person. So I guess everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video, and I love y'all. Peace.